Welcome into yet another edition of the Sunday Social Podcast /hour, as Dylan wants to call it. Um, Welcome all, guys. We are in for another treat. Week 7 NFL action here. As always, I got Dylan to my left, and we got Ike to our bottom. How's it going, guys?
Good, man. Excited for some football today.
Big time. I know there's a lot of big buys out this week, and we're going to have a lot of big sit questions just mainly on those buys.
Yeah, man.
But before we get into it, let's just get into our injuries real quick. We like to rule out those guys that have been called out inactive. So we'll start with the Ravens. J.K. Dobbins, the early news of him going on IR for 4 to 6 weeks with the arthroscopic knee surgery.
Hold on, I'm gonna stop you right there, man. We got to talk about that a little bit. What does that do with the backfield? Does that make Kenyon Drake a solid start this week with bye weeks and all that?
This week, yes. Mike Davis was ruled inactive. If you'd have let me finish that
Depends
part.
on who else you have.
But it's going to be mainly just this week for Kenyon Drake because you do have Gus Edwards coming back. He did practice this week. I just don't know if Gus Edwards is going to get much played this week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But then you do have Rashad Bateman, who was active this week, so that's good news for him. Julio Jones inactive for the Buccaneers this week. He had Cameron Brate also being inactive also, so fire up Cade Otton. Man, nobody from the Bengals, huh? T. Higgins wasn't on it. Yep, he did have a full practice.
Excited about that, man. Let's go, T.
Big time, especially the Falcons. That's a juicy matchup for wide receivers now. Cowboys, not seeing any inactives for them. It looks like Dalton Schultz is going to be a full go, guys. For the Lions, we have DJ Chark, who was placed on the IR, so get him out. Josh Reynolds is going to be pretty relevant. All right. Shocker for the Giants. We got Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney, inactive, like usual.
Wan'Dale Robinson season. Let's go.
I mean, if he could stay healthy, that's their issue.
Yeah.
We do have Carson Wentz, like everybody knew before, inactive. We got Taylor Heineke making a start. Logan Thomas also ruled inactive. Let's get him out of your lineups. Then you got Randall Cobb, which we all knew for the Packers. He's on IR now, but is also inactive. We got Christian Watson, who's inactive. So it looks like it's going to be Romeo Doubs and Allen Lazard. And sprinkle in some Amari Rodgers. Whoopee. Doesn't look like anybody important for the Titans. I mean, this is probably the most important for the Colts. You got Shaquille Leonard out again, but he's a defensive player, so it looks like Derrick Henry might have yet another 100-yard rushing game on the Colts. And then moving on to the Raiders, Darren Waller ruled inactive. We do have Hunter Renfrow. He is going to play. He was questionable, but he's looking to suit up.
Jesper Horsted season, man. Foster Moreau. Ike, you're muted.
It doesn't look like
anybody... no Foster Moreau for sure.
It's probably he's
Jesper Horsted's gonna vulture a touchdown. I feel it in my bones today. I feel it.
And so moving on to the Broncos. The big news is Russell Wilson is not going to be starting. I saw the news. It looks like he has a torn hamstring.
Partially torn, yes.
Yeah, I don't know how he's going to deal with that. But
should have done that commercial.
It was Danger Witch.
Got pulled.
Moving on to the Jets here. Elijah Moore is inactive, as we all knew, but it's not because of injuries or anything. I think they're giving him a mental health day, which, I mean, let's be honest, we all need.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to the San Francisco 49ers. Big news of CMC getting traded there this week. He is playing. I don't know if it's all smoke and mirrors of how much he's going to play, but I did see that Kyle Shanahan does at least have a couple of red zone packages for him. I don't know outside of that. I mean, let's be honest here. I know this is a tough scheme in Kyle Shanahan's offense, but you got a guy like McCaffrey who went to Stanford, smart dude. How hard can it really be to pick up the offense and run the ball? I mean, pick the right hole.
Just run the dang ball.
But Chiefs doesn't look like we have anybody inactive. So moving on to the Chargers here, Joshua Palmer ruled inactive, and then their kicker Dustin Hopkins ruled inactive too. Doesn't look like anybody for the Seahawks. Looks like everybody for the Dolphins is good. That means Tyreek Hill, Waddle, everybody. Steelers, we don't got anybody.
Yeah.
And then that pretty much wraps it up, at least for the injuries that I'm seeing here. We'll get more though as we move on. Always do.
Yep. But why don't we start off with our live question here? We got from Bob Dole. Hey guys, who do I play in the flex? Lockett, CEH, Juju, or Brian Robinson?
Well, with the news of CEH not getting the starting position anymore, you got Isiah Pacheco coming in. I'm going to be starting this week. It's not CEH. Brian Robinson's in a committee, so it's between Lockett and Juju. I know Ike's high on that. I know Ike's high on that 20% target share from Patrick Mahomes.
I said Lockett, actually.
Did you? All right. I just know you really like that Juju.
I know, but
target percentage. But it is Lockett for me here. The Chargers secondary has not been good. J.C. Jackson got benched last week, and he's going to be most likely on DK, if anything. So, and the one thing I did find out that's really cool about Lockett, guys, he's dropping every time before he takes a hit. So he is not willing.
You've seen that video on Twitter?
Yeah. He does not want to get injured, which is great, guys. That's great for fantasy. You love
not great for a run after catch or anything.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it's not great for that. But hey, man, you're getting a point for that catch or a half point for that catch. Sure. So and you're not
nothing more, nothing less.
We got another one from Connor here. What's up, my dude? We got 12-point PPR pick 2 of Christian Kirk, Deontay Johnson, Michael Gallup, and Nico Collins.
First two.
I think there's a case to be made here for Michael Gallup.
I'm with you, Mike.
For sure.
I don't agree with you often, but I think I like Gallup in this matchup with Okudah being locked up with CeeDee Lamb most of the time.
Will he, though?
Maybe. I mean, CD does line up in the
probably go in the slot now.
Yeah, he does go in the slot some.
So he'll get Amani Oruwariye or whatever.
I don't hate that.
Nope.
See, the Steelers play the Dolphins secondary, which, I mean, Deontay Johnson's going to have Xavier Howard, thank you.
Will he, though? But he's playing in the slot.
Claypool,
I think Xavier plays in the slot.
Doesn't Claypool play more in the slot than Johnson does?
If so, that would explain why Deontay's not doing as good.
Game right now.
Yeah.
That's poor on the Steelers' part, then.
Man, you have
Connor. I want to tell
concussion.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to go Christian Kirk or Michael Gallup. That's where I'm going to push you.
It's close. Points allowed. How much do the damn?
Don't be surprised if Cowboys just run all over them.
Yeah, that could totally happen too.
Man, the Dolphins
Lions, it's just a smash matchup for everyone on the Cowboys. Except for, like I said, CeeDee Lamb a little bit.
Yeah, but you also had Dak coming off the thumb injury. Since you have the options, I'd play it safe this week. I'd go Kirk and Deontay Johnson. I am just a little bit worried about the thumb injury still with the rust that Dak could have because Michael Gallup's routes are all deep routes. And if you've got a rusty thumb, you're probably not going to be too accurate. That's my only kind of concern there. Play it safe and go Johnson and Kirk. But I do like Michael Gallup moving forward with Dak back.
Sure.
Hey, Dino.
How's it going, man?
Flex PPR 12 team Claypool or David Montgomery? I don't love the matchup for Monty against this defensive line with New England at all. Claypool got some decent work last week, but
they shut down
when Mitch came. Yeah, they did. I know. Montgomery still catches some stuff out of the backfield. It's full point PPR. I think he's your safer play than Claypool, and I think I go Montgomery.
It's not much safer though. That's like it's safer because he's gonna get more touches, but that
guaranteed touches.
Defense, man.
Yeah, Montgomery because he's guaranteed touches. That's what I go with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the Patriots. They're 17th best at stopping the run this year.
That's weird. They did so well against Chud though.
This is overall, and then passing. Dolphins. Where'd you go, Dolphins? Dolphins are number 7th. They're 7th best in allowing receiving yards. So I think I am going to go with Claypool in that case.
Okay.
The matchup just bodes better for Claypool.
Next one from Dion. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown or Chris Godwin at the flex. Also, should I look to trade CEH away? Unfortunately, man, I think you missed your window on trading away.
Yeah. I'd still try and trade him, but yeah.
Yeah, for something at least.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you can get him for anything like a wide receiver 3 or 4, I would do that. Like, hey, see if you could get a CEH, trade him for like Christian Kirk or something.
To answer your question, though, for Godwin or St. Brown, I'm going Godwin this week.
Really?
Great matchup. I
thought you were going to go Amon-Ra this time, but because they play Cowboys.
It is a little bit tougher of a matchup. And where is it? Yep, there it is. Points allowed. I remember saying, because I was doing a little bit of research yesterday for some DFS. And last week, the Panthers. Now, granted, it's the Rams, and they got Cooper Kupp. They allowed.
I actually lean Godwin here too while he's
looking
stuff up.
They allowed 49 half-point PPR points to receivers last week to Carolina.
All right, now that's St. Louis, or Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's Los Angeles, and that's 59.6 PPR. So I think Godwin and Mike Evans are going to eat this week because you also have J.C. Horn, who's also probably not going to play, and then their number 2 quarterback, it's Deontay Jackson. Thank you. He was questionable also, so they could be out there. Top 2 cornerbacks.
Yeah, I see Godwin then.
Yeah, I think this is a get right game for the Buccaneers offense after they've kind of been up and down so far this season. I think.
I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong either way.
Yeah,
you can't go. I think just Godwin has the higher ceiling this week.
Another one: Pacheco, Hunt, Drake in the flex. Have Drake in, but doubting it now that Gus is active for today. I don't hate putting Pacheco in, man.
Yeah, why not try it?
I don't hate that. But I do like Kenyon Drake as well.
Because I view Gus Edwards like J.K. Dobbins last week. Because Gus Edwards, a couple touches here and there, because he didn't even get full practices in. He is coming off that ACL injury still. So I do kind of like Drake a little bit more for the safety, because Pacheco, even though he's a starter, we've seen how the Chiefs ran their starters. He's not going to get a full workload. At least with the Baltimore Ravens, Kenyon Drake being the starter is going to get like 20 touches, I think. Wild. Which is stupid, yeah. And he also has the better matchup, too. Pacheco plays the Niners.
Or should it be Kareem Hunt, because the Browns could be down a lot this game?
It's not Kareem Hunt anymore, man. He has literally shown you nothing. Yeah. He's not in consideration for me.
This is one matchup that's good for him, because Ravens give up a lot of pass catch. Or I said this wrong last time. Catches to the running back. There we go.
Receptions to the running back, catches to the running back, however you want to put it. The thing is with that AFC North division, we're like, oh man, it could be high scoring. Those fucking division games are never high scoring. They're never high scoring.
I get it.
And those are the only games that Kareem Hunt's going to get actual good value in, as those high scoring games. And I just can't see it being a divisional game. They slogged that game out. It's going to be a 16-13 win probably by the Ravens.
I'll go with Pacheco then. Why not try it? Fuck it.
I prefer Drake for the safety, but Pacheco has a little bit more upside because you're on the Chiefs. 2 touchdown upside.
I think Mike kind of swayed my opinion. I think I'd actually go Drake in this one too. I'm agreeing with Michael LaPlant tonight, and I don't.
That's 2 times in a row.
Necessarily love that. But let's go ahead and jump into some other questions we got here. Joe's starting us off. We got Travis Etienne or Raheem Mostert full point PPR. This one was really close for me. The matchup for Mostert's pretty solid, but that offensive line also is not very good. So I went with ETN, even though the Giants are tough against pass catching running backs, but ETN's really good on the ground so far, and the Giants are susceptible to running backs on the ground. So I lean.
I just got to give you a clap here, because that was the first time I've ever heard you use the word susceptible and say it correctly.
Dude. Thanks for watching out for that. I appreciate that. I 100% agree. I usually struggle with that word, and I don't know now that I'm thinking about it. I probably can't say it again, so I'm just gonna be quiet. Where are you guys leaning on this one?
ETN.
It is closer than I'd like it to be, but it
Definitely.
is ETN.
Definitely.
I mean, because here's the thing with Mostert, he's kind of dependent on Teddy, and if Teddy gets knocked out again, I mean, Mostert's going to become kind of irrelevant because they're going to stack the box.
Yep, agreed. Next one from Eric, we got Sutton Woods or Garrett Wilson PPR league.
That sucks because you don't have Russell Wilson.
Sutton Woods. Who?
Garrett Wilson.
I actually told him Robert Woods, to be honest with you.
I've been hearing that this is a good matchup for him.
Yeah, Indy's defense doesn't scare me. They play a lot of zone, and Robert Woods can kind of just plot in the right zone. So maybe you get 5 for 50 and a touchdown from him this week. That's where I lean. Sutton wasn't good with Russell. I mean, this offense wasn't good with Russell Wilson. So could it really get worse though? With Brett Rippon? Probably, right?
Yeah, well, the thing
it could get way worse.
Sutton had such a high floor, though, with his targets. That was the thing.
If only you got points for air yards, Sutton would be pretty up there, I'm assuming.
And last week, Sutton only got 3 targets. Like we said, though.
Yeah, it's gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
It's 1 week, though. That's the only week. Otherwise, the lowest was 7.
But what was his fantasy points, man? During that span, you know what I mean? It's not. He hasn't been producing.
Now you got
greatly. Yeah,
but you're also relying on
a
guy like Robert Woods.
The ripping in the tearing,
really anything yet.
I agree. He's had a decent few weeks, and like I said, the matchup's pretty good against Indy. So that's actually where I lean. He doesn't really have much target competition with Treylon Burks being out and stuff. So that's where I lean.
I mean, it's Sutton or Woods. Sutton, I think, still has the higher ceiling. Woods higher floor though this week.
Okay. And then we just had a kind of a general question, and I know we talked about this on our podcast on Friday. But are you guys riding with Christian McCaffrey this week?
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, You don't have many. Probably don't have many options outside of him. I mean, if you had like now granted, I'm only thinking of my team right. If you got like a Miles Sanders, you could throw in there. Yeah, go for it. But CMC is gonna get those red zone touches, so I wouldn't be surprised if he has like 10 carries for like 2 touchdowns.
Would you rather have Pacheco or C-Mac?
I think I'm gonna go C-Mac still. Same. Yeah, because man, what if he gets 5 to 7 carries and he gets 5 targets? In the red zone. And what if he gets 5 targets too? Yeah. You know what I mean? He's gonna put
Raheem Mostert or CMC.
CMC
still.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Damian Pierce or CMC.
Damian Pierce.
This is a better question. You might not have your rankings pulled up, so I'll give you a second.
I do.
To pull
I have
them up.
24.
Where do you have McCaffrey 24? Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you have Mostert?
I got to look again. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, but when you're looking at that, I think that's where you go. Would you start CMC or Jamal Williams?
Raheem Mostert 25.
Who'd you say, Mike?
CMC.
Over Jamal Williams, right?
Yep. CMC or David Montgomery?
McCaffrey
CMC.
because of the matchup, yeah.
I'd stop at probably
Kenyon Drake,
Damian Pierce,
or CMC,
or Zeke.
That one, CMC.
I'd play Zeke over
too.
CMC.
Oh, I got one here for you. Seahawks, Kenneth Walker or CMC?
Kenneth Walker.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a couple live questions, guys. We'll pull those up quick. We got Tua, Geno, Daniel Jones, Mariota with Russell Wilson out.
Tua, Geno. It's probably Geno.
I think it's Geno as well, Dan. Yep.
I'm just afraid of Tua because the whole thing with him, man, if he takes another big hit, man, he's easily going to be going out.
I want to see it.
Yeah, it's sketchy, man.
I want to see him take a hit and be all right.
I'd go Geno, and then Mariota is not a bad option, but
Mariota plays the Bengals. They have their defense has actually been pretty good this year.
And the pass volume's just not there, but Mariota
his running volume.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does have a solid rushing floor each week. Like that's for sure. I agree with you there.
So the thing is, Daniel Jones has been running a lot, which gives him a super solid floor. And the Jaguars do allow a decent amount of run yards. They allowed Deion Jackson to go all over him. Now, granted, it's a running back.
He also had 1 billion targets.
Yeah, he didn't really have much rush yards.
I really do think here your safer play, believe it or not, is Geno, as dumb as that sounds. But I think a little bit more of the ceiling play would be Daniel Jones because he offers you the passing and the rushing. Geno doesn't really give you much rushing.
Yeah.
But he's safer.
Finally, we disagree, man. I have Daniel Jones as the last guy there for me. I think Mariota's rushing ability is safer than Daniel Jones's.
This is true, but they play a tough defense. They play the Bengals where the Giants play the Jaguars. So that's why I lean a little bit more of that.
Right on. Another one from Connor. If you had to play either Chuba Hubbard or Dante Foreman, who are you picking up? It's Foreman. It's Foreman for me.
That, yeah, because I was a big fan of Hubbard in college, but I don't think he's got it.
Yeah, and I did get the update that he is starting today. That's who's listed as the starting running back. But I think Foreman's going to get all the important touches, if there is any in this offense, like the red zone carries. And
he looked good last year when he backed up Henry. So
if they do get inside the 10-yard line, the ball's going to him. So that's where I lean. How about you, Mike? You agree with this?
Yeah, I the latter. I'm taking Foreman. I don't believe in Chuba Hubbard. I didn't when I did. So,
What's up, Tyler? Is it worth picking up CEH back up? Saw the rookie had first team reps this week. Need a running back bad. If you need one bad, sure, man. He's still gonna get worked in.
He's worth a roster.
Maybe he gets 40% of the touches still. That would he still might be okay.
You're still dealing with a high value handcuff, essentially.
And the offense is really good.
Yeah, if Pacheco does, happen to get even hurt for a couple drives, I mean, CEH can go in there and easily get a touchdown. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, boom, value right back. So he is worth a roster spot. It is going to be hard choosing when to play him.
I think he was asking if he should pick up Pacheco, not CEH.
Yeah, no, he said, is it worth picking up CEH back up?
Maybe the CEH is backup.
Come on, man. You're the reader. I'm the math guy. You can read better than me.
Moving on to our questions here. From Alberto. Hunter Renfrow, Paris Campbell, Sam Watkins, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Who to flex?
Oh, man. Where did it go? There it is. Hunter Renfrow, Paris Campbell, Sammy Watkins, Donovan Peoples-Jones. Out of those options, I'm going Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, that's where I'm going as well, especially with Waller being out. Easy to see those catches in the middle of the field, and we might see some red zone work from him like we saw last year. So
Sammy and Campbell could easily get you one catch for a 60-yard touchdown. But here's the thing: you don't bet on that, guys. You bet on the volume of Hunter Renfrow without Darren Waller.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Let me take some questions here for you.
Yeah.
All right. So Donnie wants to know. He's got two questions here. We going David Njoku or Kyle Pitts this week? I can let you take that one since you are the unbiased Pitts aficionado here. That actually is surprising.
That's where I lean as well. You're still riding with him, man.
Man, Njoku's got a safe floor. I mean, I know this because I have Njoku in a couple of rosters. He only got 3 receptions last week, guys.
That seems to be his thing.
Man, I'll give Kyle Pitts one more week. I've been saying this for about 2 weeks now, but at least he scored a touchdown, so it doesn't make me look like an asshole. But you are either – I think you're fine either way with those guys. You could go either way. Pitts just has a higher ceiling because he's the better talent. But then his next question here is James Robinson or Melvin Gordon? Robinson against the Packers, Broncos against the Chargers, I believe it is.
James Robinson. No. James Robinson plays the
Giants. Is that James Robinson? I thought it was Brian Robinson.
Isn't it James Robinson in the comment? That's what you said it was. That's who you said it was.
No, it just says Robinson. I probably did mean James Robinson then. Mm-hmm. Ah, man, either way. Let's be honest. I mean, with Robinson, James Robinson or Brian Robinson, I think I still go Gordon.
I If it's James Robinson, I'm going with him there. I like both the running backs in that game. Like we said, the Giants give up a lot of yards to running backs.
And
I'm foolishly trusting Nathaniel Hackett, as he said he was the starter this week.
He was the starter.
I mean, we trust Andy Reid when he says Pacheco's the starter. So
fair enough.
But next question here from Nikki. She needs to know Sutton, Lockett, or Monty. So David Montgomery. We need to pick 2 for us.
Lockett and Monty.
Yep. Yeah, Lockett and Monty for me as well.
Yep, with Russell Wilson out big time. All right. Ryan Clark wants.
Hold on, we got another live comment. Is Keenan Allen out this week? He's a game time decision, but I did get an update. And he plays the
3 o'clock game.
I did see an update that said he might end up sitting because they have their bye next week, and it'll give him two more weeks to sit and then come back healthy after the bye. So you just got to watch. But
either way, I probably wouldn't play.
I'm assuming he was going to take a chance. He was going to take a chance in practice to try and play, but I hate Keenan Allen. Yeah, I hate Keenan Allen when he says that because it usually means he's not playing.
True that.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go. In all honesty, too. But you won't know until in the middle of the noon games. So hopefully you have somebody that's playing later. Like I have a guy like George Pickens on my bench who I'm just gonna plug in if Keenan Allen is out this week. And it's not ideal, obviously, but could be worse options, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be sitting Keenan Allen where I can.
Mm-hmm. Or at least have a backup plan.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing. I mean, hopefully you do have a backup plan. All right, so we got to pick 3 players right now out of this list, guys. T. Higgins, DK Metcalf, Allen Lazard, Amari Cooper, and Brandon Ayuk.
First 2 for sure.
T. Higgins and Metcalf. All right, we got one more option out of Lazard, Cooper, and Ayuk.
And then he also commented, he said he has Jamal Williams as well that he could flex instead of a third wide receiver.
Jamal.
It's Jamal or Allen Lazard for me because all Allen Lazard does is catch touchdowns.
I picked Jamal over Allen Lazard, so I'll go Jamal.
I think that's where I lead too because he scores a lot of touchdowns as well.
Yes.
So let's go Jamal Williams.
I think you can't go wrong either way with Jamal Williams or Lazard. Yeah, safer floor with Jamal because he's a running back, higher ceiling with Lazard because he's the wide receiver.
So with all of us just shitting on Amari Cooper right there, that just means he's going to go off for it. He's just going to go off for.
I'm just afraid of his. Well, no, it's the thing of like they are playing the divisional slot game, so that's what I'm afraid of. He could only get like 4 targets.
He's going against Marlon Humphrey, I'm assuming, so he's not going to do anything.
He could only get like 5 targets here, guys, and that could be the leading target.
Yeah,
for the Browns.
Like Marlon Humphrey plays a lot in the slot too, but even if he goes outside, like he's going to see Marcus Peters then, who's been solid too since he's come back. So either way, it's not ideal matchup for him.
Not fun.
And we've seen him disappear in tough matchups before, so maybe it's another disappearing act. That's why I'm nervous about him. I don't roster him in a lot of places because of that factor.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, our next question here from Sarah. She's in a 14-person league. PPR. She needs to know, is she flexing Chase Claypool, Kenyon Drake, or Gus Edwards this week?
Kenyon Drake. Yep. That's where I go. I think he's still going to get the bulk of the touches. You know, maybe Gus Edwards gets 3 to 5 carries. But Drake looked good last week. He looked fresh, probably because that was the first game where he got all the touches. Game. So, but yeah, that's where I lean.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, Claypool, I think it wouldn't shock me if he had a better game than Kenyon Drake, but you're safer going Kenyon.
Yep.
All right. First QB question here from Craig. Matt Ryan at Tennessee or Jimmy G at the Chiefs?
Matt Ryan.
I'm going Matt Ryan there. Last time he played Tennessee at 18.8 fantasy points, so that gives you a nice floor there. And it's not like the Chiefs defense is bad either. I know Garoppolo's getting a nice new toy with CMC, but I still lean Matt Ryan in this matchup.
He's not going to want to play with Debo anymore.
No, he's not.
I lean Jimmy G. I do like the matchup for Matt Ryan. I do. But Jimmy G and the Niners are, I mean, I said this last week against the damn Falcons that they'd be down the whole week against the Niners. But this is the Chiefs we're talking about. The Niners will be down against the Chiefs. There's no question about this. And the Niners are going to have to throw the ball. They're not going to be able to run the ball. And they're not afforded that luxury this week. So I do believe Jimmy G. And I'm actually streaming him in a couple leagues I have this week. Over Matt Ryan.
What do you guys think of CMC being the lead back in the offense and then Deebo Samuel being the change of pace guy? You know, it doesn't that sound just absolutely crazy? Jeff Wilson might literally go bye-bye. You know what I mean?
I mean, when Elijah Mitchell comes back, yeah.
I mean, but is he really going to be anything either? What if they just run McCaffrey and Deebo in the backfield? That's an absolutely nasty combination.
They'd be stupid. The whole reason I feel like they got CMC is so they don't have to use Deebo in the backfield. Like, the reason they were using Deebo in the backfield is because of all the injuries to the running backs. Like, they didn't start using Deebo last year until Elijah Mitchell got hurt.
But just imagine them line up both in the backfield. It's like,
that's what I mean, man. And Deebo has those incentives for the amount of carries he gets. So, you know, I think he's going to want to hit that. So I think, and to be honest with you, I think that's the best game plan, in my opinion, to use both of them. Because it's not like Deebo is sitting there getting peppered with targets over and over again. You get the ball in your best player's hands, man. And the best way to do that is out of the backfield.
But you also got to realize that the Niners kept 5 running backs now on their roster. They got CMC, Jeff Wilson, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, Tyrion Davis-Price, and they had Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, Tevin Coleman's irrelevant too.
But this is my point. They love their running backs, and now that Shanahan has one that he can kind of use in every way, he can use in the passing downs and the running downs. CMC is going to be the lead guy. He's going to get 20 touches no matter what. It's just not going to be 20 rushes.
We're going to see Deebo at halfback, C-Mac at wide receiver at one point.
Yeah, what if Deebo gets 3 to 5
A lot of versatility here.
And
they're going to have a bunch of weird shit.
Stuff. Yeah, it's
put Kittle at fullback too. Fuck it.
It's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, that'd be wild. You line up Kittle, Deebo, run a pistol, line up Deebo, Kittle, and
what the
CMC
fuck?
in the backfield.
Now I think you're overthinking it.
If there was any coach to do it, it'd be Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, yes. Let's move on to our next question here. I just had to make sure I did see a comment here. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was the past comment or if we had a new one here. Always like to answer our live comments. All right. Next question from Kenny Jackson. Do I play Christian Kirk this week or pick up Rashad Bateman or Alec Pierce?
Christian Kirk.
It's Christian Kirk for me as well. He's been a little shaky lately, but I'm still going there. I'm trusting him.
I do like Bateman coming back this week. You know, I'm curious of how he does, but it's still a tough matchup for him against Denzel Ward. So it is Kirk. Alec Pierce does have that juicy matchup against Tennessee, though. They can't stop the pass right now. That's why I do like Matt Ryan this week. It's just not over Jimmy G.
Right.
Next question here. Matt, non-PPR. James Robinson or Isiah Pacheco?
I want to change my answer. I told Matt in the comments that I was going to go Pacheco, but I think it's James
Robinson. Flip-flopper.
Yeah, I'm a flopper. Giants are bad against running backs.
As long as you're not a flapper.
I'm going Pacheco. Pacheco, how you say it?
Pacheco.
I still go Pacheco. It is close though. I go Pacheco. I like the upside of the touchdowns there.
Got a couple live questions, Mike. Kenneth Walker or James Robinson? That one's easy for me. Kenneth Walker.
That one's Dion, you smash Kenneth Walker, man.
Yes, sir. And then we got another one from Alec. What's up, man? Flex full PPR, Romeo Doubs or David Montgomery. Good matchup for Romeo Doubs against the Commanders today.
Sammy Watkins is finally active, but you have Christian Watson and Randall Cobb out.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I think it's Doubs for me. I think that's where I lean. Montgomery's matchup scares me, man.
It's still safer, though.
Yeah,
it's still safer to go Monty.
Eberflus said that he's going to roll with the hot hand, too, which seemingly seems to be Khalil Herbert because he gets put in better situations than Montgomery. But
man, this isn't because I'm not being biased at all here, but I do think Romeo Doubs just by a slight edge, and it's because of the injuries to Randall Cobb and Christian Watson. That's why.
Yeah, definitely close. We got another one here, full PPR. Romeo Doubs, Juju Smith-Schuster, Josh Reynolds, Raheem Mostert. Pick 2, please. And when I think it's Juju, and I think it's Raheem Mostert. I think I slightly go Mostert over Doubs after I just talked him up.
Okay, go Juju and Doubs.
Man, Josh Reynolds is appealing here with DJ Chark on IR. It's Juju for sure. And then, in my opinion, because it's PPR, it's between Doubs and Mostert. And I still lean Doubs just a little bit more because of the injuries. Because you still got Mostert getting, I mean, it's not very much, but Chase Edmonds is still there taking some targets, targets and touches away. It's not very much, but I still lean Doubs, but it's not by much. Doubs and Juju.
Full PPR, Kareem Hunt, Garrett Wilson, Romeo, different league. I'm gonna go Doubs there.
Yep.
Romeo. Yeah, it's Romeo. Garrett Wilson's been kind of sucking with Zach Wilson. It's mainly because they don't want to throw the ball.
We got another one from Dino. Garrett Wilson or Chase Claypool, PPR 12 team. I think that one's Claypool too. Ike, you're finally off the Garrett Wilson train. Yeah.
They're not throwing as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the volume that made him relevant.
Mm-hmm.
That volume gave him those red zone targets. He's not getting even those anymore.
Nope.
I mean, I won't lie. I think this decision sucks either way, Dean. And when you get a decision that sucks either way, I reach for the stars, and I'll go Claypool in that one. I think Claypool has a better chance of scoring because Garrett Wilson, good chance he's got Surtain on him. And Surtain has been pretty good this year.
Let me take us off the rails for a second. What do you guys think about Jimmy G maybe being the starting quarterback in New York next year for the Jets, or do you think it'd be too early for them to give up on Zach Wilson? And
Zach Wilson's still winning games
right now. That's not happening.
Zach Wilson's still winning games. It's just they don't have to throw the ball. That's the thing. Their defense has actually been better than expected.
Do you think they're going to keep winning games though, or do you think this is going to fall off? Like honestly, do you think they're going to be a playoff team? Because the way this defense is playing, man, and if Zach Wilson's the only thing
I analyze fantasy football because that's not in my distinction.
you just killed my train of thought too there.
I think they get
I get what you're saying. As much as the momentum's going right now, currently, all it takes is one bad injury or one bad game, and then they're off the rails, just like we are right now. Because it is still a young core, but at the same time, like, man, this young core looks good. I mean, Sauce is leading the defense, and they're actually holding teams to a decent amount of points. They're not allowing 40-plus points like last year. Mm-hmm. Like, if you get a game where they're allowing 40-plus points, we're going to see these wide receivers be relevant again.
Yeah, but the young core looks good besides Zach Wilson. I think that's kind of my point. And you got that connection with Robert Saleh and Jimmy Garoppolo back to San Francisco. Who did?
Wilson. In the beginning weeks with Flacco looked good. You can't say he did.
Garrett Wilson? That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about Zach Wilson right now.
Oh, Zach Wilson. Oh, this is the problem with so many damn Wilsons.
Zach Wilson. We're talking about the quarterback position. And if Zach Wilson is the only thing holding the Jets back by the end of this season, and they go 8-9, like you said, and they miss the playoffs slightly, and he's not cutting it, that New York media is going to be all over him if he still doesn't look good. I know you guys are saying that they're not throwing a lot, but neither is the Bears and Justin Fields, and Justin Fields looks like shit, and they're not throwing a lot.
Here's the difference, though. Flacco was throwing the ball a lot. They weren't winning. They won the one overtime against the Browns. Yeah, the miracle game.
I think they like playing for Zach Wilson.
They do. They're like, I don't know what it is. Like, and I will say this: I'm no scout or anything, but Zach Wilson has been making good decisions. Like, you look at Justin Fields, and his decision making is terrible this year. Like, Zach Wilson is actually making good decisions, and maybe that's why he's not throwing so much.
I don't know. I haven't seen Zach Wilson has not played very well in my eyes. Like, I'm being honest about Justin Fields not looking good. Zach Wilson hasn't looked good either in anything that I've seen, to be honest with you.
Good enough to win, man. And that's what gives you a job in the NFL is winning.
Yeah, especially at quarterback position. So does that mean
makes that throw?
You go with that? Does that mean the Giants need to sign Daniel Jones since they're winning now because they're asking him to throw it 15 times?
Here's the difference. Robert Saleh and was there last year. Dable was not. Dable is now here, and look at the Giants. They have the best start since, 2002? Like, big difference there because of the coaching switch during that year. Like, last year, Saleh was still there, and they looked bad. Like, now that they have the players they want and Zach Wilson healthy, because Zach Wilson wasn't healthy last year, it actually is kind of coming together a little bit. Now, granted, you still have that worry like you have going down the stretch, like, can they keep it together? That's the thing. The Giants are not going to be able to keep it together. They don't have the talent to do it. The Jets at least have the talent to possibly do it. Like, the Giants are dealing with Barkley and Daniel Jones right now. They don't even have a fucking receiver they could throw it to besides Wan'Dale Robinson, and he just came back.
It's interesting, man. You guys just seem to be higher on Zach Wilson than I am, but I get that.
I'm not saying he's the next, Aaron Rodgers or anything, but goddamn, right now he's better than Justin Fields.
No way. Not even remotely close. Nope. That's where we disagree here.
Oh my gosh. All right, whatever. If Justin Fields was, being better, he would actually be winning more games.
That's not true, Mike. That's not true.
You act like the offensive line for the Jets is fucking phenomenal. It's not. They've been dealing with injuries. Their starting left tackle is Dwayne Brown.
Let's talk weapons. Let's talk weapons then. How about that?
I understand that.
And Jay, you still see Justin Fields making plays every week with his legs too.
Yeah, and you also see him making dumbass plays too. Like, Zach Wilson's at least getting the ball in his playmaker's hands.
Okay, it's baffling to me that you don't think Zach Wilson ever makes dumbass plays.
I think Justin Fields has the better career long term, but right now Zach Wilson looks better than Fields.
You're out of your mind. But let's move on. Would it be crazy
you
to
started
start
this.
Ramondre?
You started
no,
this.
it's fine. And I thought it was a good conversation. It's absolutely nonsense. You're talking about winning games. Justin Fields puts 2 balls in his receiver's hands to beat the Commanders last week, and they drop it. Would it be different? So would Fields have been better if they would have won that game?
Yeah,
Garrett Wilson
because
catches that ball.
winning cures all in the NFL.
Would it be crazy to start Ramondre over Breece Hall in full point PPR? Don't like the matchup for Hall. I don't think that'd be crazy. But I still think I would lead Breece Hall in that.
I still lean Breece Hall, but that's you are not necessarily going. It's not a terrible.
If Damian Harris was out for sure, that's actually a lot better. But since Damian is back, I'm assuming I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, agreed. And then we got another one here. From Kalen, drop one. Drake London, George Pickett, CEH.
Oh, you got to drop one? That sucks. Yeah, CEH.
I think it's CEH as well. And we get
I mean, if you got somebody else you could possibly try to, but
yeah, it's a good. I'm excited to see a good read to see what we get from George Pickens and Kenny Pickett now, with Pickett being healthy. And that chemistry is growing. But Mike, you still got, where we're at with these questions.
Yep.
You want to keep going?
Yep. We got Casey up next, and they want to know Jacoby Myers, possible bad weather, or Alec Pierce this week.
I didn't see anything about the weather, guys. Is it supposed to be windy? I'm assuming it's supposed to be windy.
It's in New England. I have not heard anything about the weather either. Mac Jones is possibly starting again. See, the thing about the Bears, man, they allow so much. They can't stop the run. They can actually, and maybe this attributes to the fact that the passing isn't really working against the Bears because you can just run it against them. So I think I lean Alec Pierce here.
Yeah, that's where I lead as well.
If it was a different matchup, I'd go Myers, but in the matchup against the Bears, I go Pierce.
We don't know much about the Bears, man, but I think Jalen Johnson is a very, very solid quarterback. And if Jacoby Myers is going to draw him a lot, I think he is.
I saw that he could also draw Kyler Gordon, who's been struggling this year as well.
Yeah, for sure. Like, where are you going?
What?
You didn't even want to answer the question.
I already said.
Did
you? Yeah.
Who'd you say? Oh, I didn't hear you.
I don't even remember it now.
Myers or Pierce?
Yep.
Oh, I said Pierce.
All right. Clean sweep.
We got a couple live ones, Mike. Cooks, Cooper, Wilson. Need to start
Brandon
2
Cooks,
12-point
Cooper.
PPR, 12 team.
Garrett Wilson's out on that one.
Yeah, it's Amari Cooper and Brandon Cooks.
Same.
It's pick 2, Mike.
Oh, is it pick 2? I thought it was 1. Yeah.
Yep.
I thought he was going to make our lives hard. Yeah, it's Cooks and Cooper, Dean. You got to sit Wilson. All right, we'll move back on to our premeditated questions here. Joseph wants to know, Kareem Hunt, Tony Pollard this week. This one's easy for me. It's Pollard.
Yep.
Great matchup against the Lions.
Agreed.
All right, then Mason wants to know, Isiah Pacheco or Jeff Wilson Jr.?
That was Pacheco.
Isiah.
That one was more appealing when Clyde was the starter, because I would have gone Jeff Wilson. But with Pacheco getting named the starter, I go Pacheco. All right, Chris wants to know, Kenyon Drake or Deontay Foreman?
It's Kenyon Drake for me. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Normally, I'll let you guys answer first if I'm the one, answering the question. But if it's an easy one like that, I'm just going to give you my answer right away. Travis here, McCaffrey or Drake London in a PPR league?
McCaffrey.
I'm going to go London there.
Man, which means I'm the deciding vote, huh? Who does Atlanta play? The Panthers. Oh, no, that's week 8. What am I looking at? They play the Bengals. CMC. That's CMC for me.
Let me take over here, Mike, real quick.
All right.
We got a couple questions in Discord. Guys, if you want to join our Discord and get access to ask your questions any time of day, head on over to fantasy6pack.net/plans and check out our plans. You get our rankings, you get Discord, you get our DFS tool. It's just awesome stuff over there. But in Discord, we got a couple questions. So, flex question: Damian Harris, Darnell Mooney, or Kenyon Drake full point PPR?
Kenyon Drake.
Is this in the redraft Discord chat?
It is. Yep.
All right, I was gonna.
That was from our buddy Drew. What's up, Drew?
All right.
That one, I think I go Kenyon Drake. I think I'm with Ike there. Damian Harris, it's a really good matchup, but I don't necessarily trust that hamstring. It's scary.
Oh my God.
Where are you going, LaPlant?
There it is. Okay. Damian Harris, Darnell Mooney, and Kenyon Drake. Man, I think I still go Kenyon Drake for that one. Damian Harris against the Bears, though. The injury concern is what scares me, and he's on Monday night. So if there's something that holds him out like a pregame, you're screwed. I like the safety and security of Kenyon Drake this week. I like him more this week than those two other options. I know Damian Harris has a good matchup, but if Ramondre takes all that, I just like Kenyon Drake a little bit more. It's close between Harris and Drake, though.
Yep. And then we got another one. DJ Moore, Kareem Hunt.
Oh God,
DJ Moore.
Yeah, I know. I think it's DJ Moore too. With he's gonna catch like 7 wide receiver screens, and it's full point PPR. That's 7 points. Yeah, even if he gets to 40 yards, might be 20. That's almost 10 fantasy points though. So that's where I'm going.
It's not fun, but with CMC out the door, it's DJ Moore.
Yeah, agreed. He's really the only player on offense.
No Robbie Anderson.
Any sort of good. And that's
you just have PJ Walker throwing him the ball. That's the problem in my eyes.
Agreed. But we got a couple live questions here. One from Dion. Njoku or Schultz? It's Schultz with Dak back for me.
Oh,
let's see it.
Going Njoku.
Let's see it.
What was it? Njoku or Schultz? I'm going Njoku.
Does Derek Carr figure it out this week? All those weapons, I feel like he hasn't put it all together yet. Is this the week?
It's a good question, Sean, because this is a great matchup for the run game against Houston, not the pass game. Houston allows the most rushing yards to any team in the NFL, and they're actually pretty stingy against the pass.
That too high safety, man. That's Lovie Smith's. That's Lovie Smith's bread and butter, bend but don't break. So they're willing to give you 4 yards of carry on the ground, 5 yards of carry. I agree.
So I just don't know if it's this week, and if it's this week, he's not going to get those long touchdowns to Devontae Adams, I think, and that's going to be his only touchdowns, I think, because when they get in the red zone, they can easily just hand it off to Josh Jacobs for the touchdown.
Josh Jacobs is going to be the chalkiest of chalk in DFS today.
Big time. Because let me look at their stats. They allow Houston. Where are you? Yeah, they're 20th in the league at allowing receiving yards. They're actually pretty stingy against the pass, but the run, man, it is just brutal. They allow Where is it? 824 rush yards so far. That's 6th in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It was the points that it was. That's what it was. The points. They allow the points to running backs. Yep. 30.4 to running backs. Which next is the Lions too.
Yeah. Well, how about we got about 4 minutes left, Mike. If you got the questions pulled up still, let's go rapid fire here.
All right. Tyler Lockett, Romeo Doubs. Half-point PPR.
That was Lockett for me as well.
It's Lockett, yes. Pacheco, Deontay Foreman, rest of the season.
Pacheco.
Jimmy G or Mariota this week?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G for me.
That one's Jimmy G is for me as well. New shiny toy. I jump on the train. New shiny toy.
You want to talk about wide receiver screens? Let's talk about running back screens.
Throw a pick. No, let's go. Keep going.
We actually only got a couple left.
Did you even say Jimmy G or Mariota? Yeah, you did say Jimmy.
I said Garoppolo. Yeah,
I said Jimmy.
All right. Mariota, Davis Mills, or Tannehill this week?
I went Tannehill. I like the matchup against the Colts. They don't do anything special defensively.
That's weird, but I'll go Tannehill, I suppose.
Yeah, Mariota.
I don't mind Davis Mills, I guess.
No, it's never Mills, unless it's you and Scott Fishbowl.
Raiders 19th, right next to the Texans for allowing receiving yards. That's Tannehill.
Yep. Yes, it is. This is the next one and last one we got here is.
This one's easy for me, but it's a good question. Thomas wants to know: Tom Brady, the GOAT, or Lamar?
Lamar.
That's Lamar for me as well.
It's Lamar for me as well. We just got another trade in our home league, guys.
You're fucking kidding me.
Gary doing some weird stuff. But I did just get a DM. Somebody slid into those. What defense should I stream this week?
How does your wife feel about that?
She loves it. We got which defense should I stream? Packers, Giants, Jags, Titans.
Say it again.
Packers, Giants, Jags, Titans.
Packers, Giants, Jags,
Packers.
Titans.
Giants and Jags are playing each other. Packers are playing Washington. Titans are playing
easy.
Yeah, I think that one's the Packers as well.
It's not easy, but it is the Packers. All right, so this. Oh man, I mean, hey, Gary, good trade for you. I think. I think he wins the rest of the season. He just got Jerry Jeudy for Devin Duvernay.
Jerry Jeudy's on the trade block. Hopefully, he gets traded.
Come on over to the Bears.
Yeah,
and then
want every
another guy we need to drop the ball. Sweet, Dylan.
Give me somebody for Justin Fields.
He's going to drop the ball.
Somebody taller, so you can throw a fade route in the end zone to somebody other than a 5'11" guy, and then where he's jumping 4 feet in the air to get it.
Yeah, it's nuts. And then hold on, I got one more that someone slid into the DMs. Hurst or Njoku? I'm going Njoku.
Njoku, easy.
Joe just hit me up. Hell of a trade for Gary now with the news of Pacheco starting. Because I told him about the CEH.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're starting, Judy.
We got another one from Gary. Judy or Terry? That one's Terry, man. I think you start him with confidence, actually. Terry's been better with Heinicke at quarterback.
Judy with Rippon's not going to be.
Yeah,
I'm afraid of Rippon with Judy.
Yeah. Connor, you don't say that to me.
That's funny.
I don't know, Connor. It is true. They do need that red zone.
He's about that height we need.
They use Jimmy G for that.
I want Brandon Ayuk. Let's trade for him.
Not Jimmy G, but
hear me out. And I know if Garrett Ball's listening, he likes this because he likes the revenge game narratives. N'Keal Harry, tall guy. New England Patriots on Monday.
He's a big-time tall guy for sure.
New England Patriots on Monday night. Super revenge game. N'Keal Harry. Touchdown incoming on a fade route.
8 for 70. Touchdown.
Bet at anytime touchdown for N'Keal Harry. You heard it here from Dylan.
There you go. It's probably plus 3 million.
Yes.
Anytime touchdown N'Keal Harry.
I do not endorse this bet, guys.
I do.
But Mike, it's 11:30 Central Time. How about How
we
about
gotta set our own lineups here, guys. I know I got a shit ton of lineups. I gotta adjust myself, but it was fun as always. We enjoy these questions. You know, I hope all of you guys join us back next week for us. And if you guys do have any other questions, you know, because we're only here on Sundays, guys, head up fantasysixpack.net/plans. Go to our Discord. You got unlimited questions there. It really is a very, very handy resource to have all of us at the tip of your fingers. So, you know, hit us up there, and then we'll give a freebie here since we got one more live question before we go. Sutton or Mac Hollins if Renfro is out? Renfro is not out, my man.
Yeah, Renfro.
Yep.
Mac Hollins is out.
Mac Hollins is questionable. He's questionable. He hasn't been officially ruled out yet, but Renfro is in.
It's Renfro. Yep.
All right, guys. But like I said, fun as always. For Dylan and for Ike, I'm Mike. Everyone, good luck in week 7.